Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Happy Monster Monday to you all. Today we are taking a look at the King Kong Concrete Jungle 7-inch scale figure from NECA Toys. I would like to thank NECA for providing him for review. Greatly appreciate that. This figure is inspired from the classic 1933 film, and just like the previously offered one where I'm going to compare it with, this one is inspired from the end of the film where he breaks captivity and climbs up the Empire State Building and swats at airplanes. So you're going to see him in shackles. He even comes with a little plane. This is definitely a very cool version of King Kong. One that you generally don't see too much in toy offerings. The packaging on him is just phenomenally done. I'm loving this artwork done in black and white here, just as the classic 1933 film was also done in black and white. So on the sides you see images of the figure, on the front you see an image of the figure, you see the logo, the classic King Kong logo, and you see some really beautifully done artwork and everything up on this packaging as well. The top of the packaging has the King Kong logo right there. And of course, the bottom of the packaging gives you the names of all the great people at NECA Toys responsible for bringing this figure together. Let's take another look at the back of the packaging. You also see him in various poses, as well as a look at all of his accessories, which includes an interchangeable heads and the plane, which I mentioned before. Opening this up, he comes in a window box with an opening flap. And on the opening flap there, you see another pose of him holding onto the building there. That's very nicely done. And you also see him inside the plastic tray here, as well as all of his accessories. There's a better look at the plastic tray. You see the shackles that were removed. You see the interchangeable head on the upper right-hand side there. Here's a closer look at the plastic tray. You see King Kong, the shackles, and the interchangeable head on the left there, while the interchangeable hands and the plane were located behind him on the right there. King Kong features a great sculpt, and you see all that sculpted fur on there, paint washes, scars on his chest there, and there's also a little bit of blood splatter on his fur. The sculpt is the same as previously offered with the 1933 King Kong figure that came with a couple of creatures. And from comparison, it looks like even the paint apps are the same, so I don't think there's any differences between both figures. Turning it to the side, you see all that great paint wash and everything. They really did a stellar job on them. And here's a look at the back. You see all that great paint wash there. Sculpting and paint wash, I really should say. The sculpting and paint wash on the feet and the hands here, really nicely done. I think they really did a fantastic job on them. And on this one particular head sculpt, what I like about it is that he comes with a hinged jaw. So you get to see some of those interior details of the mouth, such as the tongue and the teeth, which just came out great. The articulation on him is the same as previously before, as this is the same sculpt as offered before. So for a breakdown, check out the written portion and photo gallery on ToyHypeUSA.com. Another aspect I really like about this figure is the double hinged elbows, which really allows a nice range of motion. Here's a comparison of both figures offered. The one on the left is the first release with the creatures, while the one on the right is the one we're looking at now. As you can see, the paint washes are basically the same. There's really no huge difference between the two. They both have the scars on the chest, same head sculpt, same hands and everything. And turning these around so you can see the back. You also see all those similarities between the sculpts there, the paint washes and everything. So again, even looking at the back, I really don't see any huge difference between both releases. King Kong includes 3 different sets of interchangeable hands. The closed-fisted hand, which I just showed you. These are the open grip hands. And You've also seen these with the previously offered figure before. These are very nicely done. Really loving the sculpt on these. Here's a look at the third set of interchangeable hands. These are the open hands, and you see more of the detail there. There's really a lot of great sculpting going on. You see the interior of the palm there, which looks great. One notable accessory for this version of King Kong are the shackles that are also included. This is also the best way to identify this figure between the first release that came with the creatures, as both sculpts and the paint apps are basically the same thing. Especially if you put them on the shelf, I would recommend putting on the shackles, just so you can identify between the two and which one goes with what accessories. The shackles are put on his forearms, but first you have to take off the hands and then put the shackles right on the forearms is there, and then put the hands back on. These are very nicely done. I love the fact that they used actual real chain links. That definitely helps with the likeness and everything, and makes it an even better accessory. Here's another comparison of King Kong with the first release. This is a look at the angry head sculpt, which is another really great accessory. As I said earlier, the best way to tell these two apart is by placing on the shackles that comes with this new version here. King Kong also includes the airplane that was circling around him, shooting at him, which is a great accessory and definitely the main reason why you want to pick up this particular release. It's a really good sized airplane, as you can see. It's probably around a quarter, half the size of him, depending on the angle you're looking at. It has two humans inside. One's holding a gun, the other is driving it. The propeller spins, and a really good likeness. Here's another look at the angle of it. You see this better look at the size of the airplane that I was talking about. It's a really good size. He can even hold it with his open grip hand there. And you also see the two human characters inside the cockpit. That one there is flying, and that one there is holding the weapon that's shooting. Here's a closer look at the airplane for you guys. The propeller spins. So there's your look there. I really like that feature on it. The sculpting, the paint apps, the detail, there's definitely a lot to love here. Even the human characters, you could say they're even very nicely painted, although they are small, so it's really difficult to get a good look at their facial details and everything. The gun that he's holding on to is made of soft plastic, which helps prevent breakage. The details on here, you can see all that nice sculpting and painting. Very nicely done. The body of it is done in a metallic silver, which is very nice. The wheels down here do not turn, in case you were wondering, but here's a look at it from underneath. Overall, this new release of King Kong is definitely a worthy purchase. This is a great figure, and the new accessories more than makes up for the fact that you're buying basically a reissue in this set. Again, body, the paint app, everything's the same. The hands, the both interchangeable head sculpts here. What you're buying are the shackles and the airplane, which again, I think you definitely need to add to your collection. These are great accessories and great likenesses overall. Thank you again to NECA Toys for providing this for review. Greatly appreciate that. Please check out the written portion and photo gallery of this review. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHackUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more coverage.